Hi, PsyQ community. I'm Dr. Miranda Fisher, and I'm here again today with Miss Laura Kaponer. Laura is a certified peer support specialist, a blogger, and a mental health advocate. And she has been taking part in our podcast series that's all about patient perspective on a variety of different mental health topics. So thank you so much, Laura, for being here again today.
Thank you for having me.
So for today's podcast, we are going to discuss all about the wellness strategies that can be implemented day to day in hopes of overall improving mental health. So to go ahead and start off, Laura, what are some of those wellness strategies that that worked for you during your recovery process?
It's multifaceted, and what I try to explain to everybody is it's a trial and error. Not everything is going to work for the same people. So my biggest thing was supports. I had to learn I can't do it on my own. One of my wellness strategies was learning about my different resources, professionals, and finding the therapist that fit the needs that I wanted, and we kind of, our personalities meshed. Getting involved in my local chapter of NAMI. There's a support group called Connections, and it's peer-led, and it's just people that identify as having some sort of mental illness, and it just kind of guided, and we share what's going on with ourselves and our lives. It gave this normalizing aspect. That was probably one of the biggest strategies that helped with my health and wellness. Also, they talk about the mind-body connection. So taking care of myself better physically definitely affects my mind. Some other things are creative outlets. For me, writing, sometimes I like singing and dancing, even if it's at home by myself. Even if there is no music on, I will make the music. And I would say having a diversified set of coping skills, that you don't want to rely on just one thing because maybe that one thing isn't available at the time, or maybe it just doesn't suit the situation that you're dealing with the best.
Absolutely. So are there any specific resources that you have found that are especially helpful in trying to develop and implement some of these strategies day to day?
NAMI, once again, they have a lot of education programs. All of their programs are free. The favorite one I participated in was something called peer-to-peer, and it's peer-led. And you learn the different scientific medical aspects of mental illnesses. You learn about different coping strategies. You kind of learn about the community as a whole. So that was very educating and very enlightening for me. Reading, learning about different types of therapeutic skills. I'm currently a big fan of ACT therapy. Also, I would say one of the main resources are my providers, both my prescriber and my therapist, because they're going to teach me the life skills that are challenging for me or that I'm currently lacking.
Excellent. So are there any lessons that you've kind of learned along the way, or any trial and errors as you've started to adopt these new wellness strategies that you'd like to share?
Yeah, as I mentioned, the same things aren't going to work for everybody, but also the same things aren't going to work for me every single time. So one day writing may be a good outlet for me, and maybe another day it's reaching out and phoning a friend. One of the things I learned is to not be afraid to ask for help and to be honest with myself and the people in my life about what's going on with me. Once again, this shouldn't be something I try to do alone, and I'm not alone. I would also say that one of the lessons I learned is to not measure myself by other people's yardsticks. We all have different journeys. We all have different places we are in our journeys. We all have different skill sets and things that we're being challenged with. And that includes not comparing Laura today from Laura 10 years ago, or even Laura yesterday. I'm going to be in different parts of my journey at different days, and what is a good day for me and my accomplishments, it's going to be different parameters day to day. So just kind of be patient with myself. And I definitely tell people, celebrate all the victories, great and small.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you, Laura, so much for giving some information and really sharing your perspective and your experience on these wellness strategies that have helped you throughout your treatment and recovery journey. So thank you so much for being on here again today.
No problem. I love meeting you guys.
And thank you to our PsyQ audience for listening in today. Please feel free to look around our PsyQ website and keep checking back for more content and podcasts with Laura. Thank you so much for listening.